Okay, what is up YouTube, Zain Rahman, and in this video I'll be talking about the pros and cons of HIIT or high intensity interval training, or some people might call it HIIT cardio. So I'll talk a little bit about what that is and what are the pros and cons of it. And I'm not a fitness trainer, but I was doing HIIT cardio for a long time when I started with my fitness journey, and I've talked more about that in my videos about my fitness journey. So if you want, you can check them out. I'll add them to the end screen to this video. So I did HIIT for some time, and then I had to go and do research about it, and I will tell you a little about it. So this is why I can tell you what it is about, but of course I'm not asking you to believe anything I say. Okay. Right now, HIIT cardio or high intensity interval training is training in intervals. All right, so you go all out, balls in for an interval, maybe 30 seconds, 45, 60 seconds, and then you rest for 30, 45, or 60 seconds, or whatever your interval is. All right, and this kind of training is very intense, and you can do it in any form. Like you can uh, go on a treadmill for 30 seconds as hard as you can, and then rest for 30 seconds. You can cycle for 30 seconds and then rest for 30 seconds. But of course, you must be doing it as hard as you can, and it would be a training. Okay, now a lot of you might think that you're doing HIIT or HIIT cardio or HIIT training, but you might actually be doing MIT or moderate intensity interval training. Okay, that's the kind of training that you'll find on a lot of fitness apps, and it's not wrong to do moderate intensity interval training, but I'm just saying it's not HIIT. Okay, and I'll talk about why 99.9% people should not be doing HIIT. Okay, so that's something about what HIIT is, and now the pros of it. Number one, it is an intense exercise. It gives you the benefits of cardio. Okay, so whatever cardio would do for you, get your heart rate really up. It can make your heart rate go beyond that. I mean, good cardio would get your heart rate to maybe 160 beats per minute. It can take you as high as 200 to 20 beats per minute. Okay, so you get the benefits of cardio from doing HIIT. Okay, it helps with the health of your cardiovascular system. Okay, so that is that. Number two, it saves time. You know, a typical session of HIIT or high intensity interval training would typically last about 30 minutes. Okay, so that was one of the reasons why I was doing it, because I didn't find a lot of time in my schedule for my workouts. So I thought it's a good idea to do my workouts in these 30 minutes or whatever. And that's another pro of HIIT, that it saves you time. Okay, you can get the benefits of a complete workout from a 30-minute session. Okay, number three is that it can give you amazing results. Okay, because it is a high intensity exercise, it burns a lot of calories, and if your goal is to lose weight or to get your body into a better condition, to work on your conditioning, then it can give you great results. If those are what your goals are, because it is a high intensity training, it gives you cardio, and it strengthens your body. Okay, so it can give you great results. Right now, going into the cons of it, okay, it is very taxing for your body. Okay, HIIT is not to be done by everyone. It is only meant to be done by advanced level athletes. Okay, so this is why 99.9% or maybe 99.99% people should not be doing high intensity interval training. Okay, and unless you are an elite athlete and advanced level athlete, it's not meant for you. Okay, if you're already at a great condition in terms of your fitness level, then HIIT is good for you, and your body can actually take the hit. Okay, it's very taxing on your body. Like if you're doing it properly, it will absolutely destroy your muscles. Okay, and it's sort of hard to recover from. And this is where I was making the mistakes that I was making with it, because you're only supposed to do HIIT 3 times a week. Okay, so three sessions a week, and if you're doing HIIT, you're only meant to work out 4 days a week. All right, so if you're planning to do HIIT, or if you're doing it, something I want you to take a note of. Only do it 3 sessions a week, 3 times a week, and the fourth day that you're training, if you want, you'd want to do some strength training so that you complement your cardio or high intensity style of training with some resistance or weight training. All right, now I was doing HIIT for 5 to 6 days a week, all right, and on top of that, I was doing some weight training as well. Okay, so that is what had become very taxing for my body, and then I had to adapt my training later on. Okay, and come over to a more bodybuilding style of weight training. Okay, which is safer because when I started out with my fitness journey, the only thing I had in mind was my goals. Okay, and I wasn't as much concerned about what I'm doing to get to those goals or what are the impacts that they would be having on my body. And these things I learned gradually, okay, along the journey. Okay, so I didn't know all of this to start with, and it is because of some of the mistakes I made that I had to learn about this. Like when I had sort of injured my shoulder with the frequency of HIIT training that I was doing. Okay, I wanted to learn more about it. Okay, I wanted to know what I was doing wrong, and that's when I learned all these things. Okay, that it's not meant to be done by everyone. But what it did do for me is that it got me to a good level of fitness. All right, from being someone who had not worked out for quite a lot of time and didn't have good athletic ability at that point in my life, and I decided to get into my fitness journey. So it did get me to a pretty good level of fitness beyond an intermediate level, I would think. So that's what it did for me. But in the process, I did break my body, if you want to say that. I picked up an injury, kind of, because of which I did not work out for about 2 weeks, okay, because I wanted to heal and recover from it. And in that time, I looked at what other things I could do and what I was doing wrong. Okay, so that's when I learned most of all this. So learn from my mistakes. I know the general idea about it. Mistakes is that you should be learning from your own mistakes, but I think the smarter thing to do is to learn from others' mistakes, okay, and not repeat them. So, like I said, high intensity interval training, it's not for most people. So unless you are an advanced level athlete already, you shouldn't be doing it. If you want to do an interval style training, you can do MIT, which is moderate intensity interval training, which is not the same as HIIT, but again, it's a good way to exercise and get yourself going. Or you could do LISS, which is low intensity steady state training. Okay, so those are some of the things that you could do if you're just starting out, or if you're not an advanced level athlete. But HIIT is only for advanced level athletes because they are at that level of fitness where their bodies can take and perform the HIIT. Okay, and it's not meant for normal people. And also because it really breaks your body down, it tears your muscles down. Okay, so it's hard to recover from, and not everyone's body can take it. Okay, so those were the pros and cons about high intensity interval training from my experience and from what I know. So let me know what you thought about it. Let me know how you like to train. Leave your comments below, like and share the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.